actually pull themselves out of those situations, as well as advocating for them on the global stage. If you would like to help Warchild do even more fantastic work just like that, all you need to do is !donate in the chat. That being said, we know that this has been an incredibly tough time for everyone in the world right now. So if you can't donate, all you need to do to get involved is !giveaway, where we're currently giving away 2 MSI mouse and keyboard sets, as well as 5 copies of Rivals of Aether, the incredibly popular platform fighting indie game. With all of that said, I will hand things over to Rebel Dragon 95. Just remember to give us a little countdown before you start your run. And yeah, just take it away.
Alright, cool. Alright, so this is Yakuza 6. Time starts when... I have to get through this a little bit real quick. Alright then. So time starts when I click X here. So countdown in 3, 2, 1, go. So... this is Yakuza 6. I've just done Yakuza 3, so I've doubled the Yakuza game. Alright, so to contrast Yakuza 3, this game basically, once you start playing, you don't really stop. So this is the tutorial against the Hiroshima Thug, or as we let know him as Nagumo. So we're going to block. Jab him there. He's going to try and attack me now. I'm going to dodge him. Okay, I was meant to dodge that, but whatever. Oh, really, Nagumo? So, sadly, so this game just... that's the wrong double finisher. So this game just came out on PC. Unfortunately, my PC's kind of poop, so it doesn't want to run this game on PC very well. So I'm playing on the PS4 version on my PS5. Just grabbing some bikes and hitting this man. Okay. Smack him there, and then I need to do the heat move here. And then now the game tells me about extreme heat. Go into extreme heat. Pop him once, and there he goes. There's the tutorial fight. Alright. So in contrast to Yakuza 3, I can skip basically every cutscene in this run, so we get through stuff real quick. So at the start here, it's kind of a bit of a time skip. The part that I just did takes place a bit later on in the game. So we're going to go back to basically the end of Yakuza 5. And at the end of Yakuza 5, Kiryu and friends got into kind of a bit of a fight with a bunch of guys. So Kiryu here needs to go to prison for a couple of years, which is what he does. This is like a purgatory-like section with a bunch of people that have introductions. They're all classic characters from all the other Yakuza games, but they don't really appear much in this game. So I don't know why they felt the need to have a massive line of them to do that stuff with. Skip through all these cutscenes. Wait a couple of seconds, and then you can skip that one in the black. Alright, cool. So now we're going in chapter 1. So Kira here has been away for a while, and he goes back to visit the orphanage and finds that Haruka isn't there, like he told her to be. So we're going to go talk to all the kids and find out what's happening. Right. Talk to that guy, talk to Koji, Shira's over here. Ryona's in the dining room, get around there, Kiryu. Kiryu then decides he wants... oh, sorry, that's Ayako. Ryona's in the kitchen. Uses that phone to try to talk to Akiyama. There we go. I've talked to all the kids now. So every little piece of dialogue that there is in this game, you can just straight skip it in the Dragon Engine, which is very nice for speedruns. Right, so I'm going to run up here. Run over here to the vending machine. Wait. Drink this while I go up. So drinks are very imperative to this run. So I'm going to be using them a lot. Okay, if I could get you around the stairs, please. I'll hold on to this drink for a little bit, and then I'm going to drink it when I get to the bottom of the stairs. There we go. So now I have infinite sprint while I have this active. I'm going to buy 10 of these because we need some for the we need one bento box for a homeless man, and we just grabbed the other 9 for safety's sake, because we're right there. They're just a bunch of healing items. Oh, we need to skip the cutscene. If that would help immensely if I just skip the cutscene. Grab that. Swing that. So that's what we're going to be doing for a lot of this run, using big heavy weapons to take away everyone in all the rooms. So I've got to run over here. Ah, it's lovely, there's a fight spawn there. So something very different about fight spawns in this game to Yakuza 3 is that if you have one fight spawn aggro on you, you can't get the other one. Did I go into Serena? I didn't go into Serena, did I? Poop. Guess I'm losing time because I forgot to do something. Big rip. Hell yeah, Yakuza runs doing what they usually do. I was meant to go into Serena back here. Guess I'm going to soft pick up a Poseidon Power from the from one of the vending machines. Can't believe I forgot to do that. That's such an obvious thing to do. I'm going to top up my green Dakara after this. So the issue with this is now I'm kind of far away from where I need to go, so... So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go down here and take a taxi to where I need to go. I'll take a taxi. This will mitigate a little bit of the time loss, not a lot of it, but I'll take a taxi. I have enough money to. And basically I would have ended up back up and around here. If I'd done everything right, but you know. With that cutscene. There's a lovely fight spawn here, which you have to deal with. You have to deal with these guys. Pick up the sign, give it a swing. Swing that sign. Bunch of guys here. Swing that sign. Grab this sign and swing it. There we go. You can do that in 3 swings or 2 swings if you get really good RNG with the guys' positionings. But not always. So because I had to do that extra bit of running around, I'm actually going to stop off here. Grab a Poseidon Power for safety. If I'd done all my movement right there, I would have been fine. Alright then. Alright, so I'm going to stop at the blue vending machine, pick up a CC Lemon. So what CC Lemons do is they give us an attack buff. This attack buff is incredibly useful throughout the game. So we use CC Lemons a lot to get through a lot of fights. Grab that. Swing. Oh, okay. That went incredibly well. You can usually do this in 3 swings if all goes well, but sometimes you have to pick up both the bins. So they tied up this guy back here. We need to untie him. When he shuts up, we can untie him. And now we need to go to Children's Park. I'm going to run down here, take a taxi, back up to where we need to go. We need to go to West Shim. I can't even remember what it has said what it is. I think it's Shikifuku Street or something. Run around that guy. Vault over that. Oh god. It's real issue with running Yakuza 3 before Yakuza 6 in a row is that I'm just Yakuza 3ing the cutscenes when I should just skip them. Right, so we're going to run down here. We'll go see Akiyama. Akiyama's a prominent character in Yakuza 4 and 5. He's not in 3. But yeah, he's a very important character in those games, so that's where he comes from. So here's Ed. We're going to grab this. Okay. Smack that. Usually you can catch all of them and Ed in your swings, but it doesn't always work out. Smack him again. Starts his QTE. Use a QTE. And then he runs behind you and you can just smack him in the face. That's Ed. Alright, cool. I've got to go to the hospital. Recognize the hospital name? That's the hospital we went to in Yakuza 3 just now. We've got to go back there. Cool. That's in chapter 1. Alright, so chapter 2 here we're going to do some more investigation into what happened to Haruka. So basically Haruka got hit by a car, and she's currently in a coma. So Kiryu's going to try and have a look around and see what's going on. But that's where she got hit. I'm going to grab Poseidon Power. And this guy's a bit suspicious, so we're going to chase after him. And while I'm chasing him, I'm going to start drinking my Poseidon Power. So, unlike Yakuza 3, in Yakuza 0 they introduced a sprinting mechanic which has a hidden stamina bar connected to it, which you can upgrade. The item I'm drinking, the Poseidon Power, and the one I drank before, the Green Takara, just give you infinite sprint while the buffs are active. So they're pretty busted, so you can basically sprint everywhere until you get your upgrade. So we upgrade sprint to level 3, which gives us more than enough sprint to get through most stuff in the run. Right. So we've got to go to Tojo Clan. Right, I've got to go down to Little Asia. This place is horrible for fight spawns. There's one right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to the vending machine. So, unlike Yakuza 3, you have a way to deal with fight spawns in Yakuza 6. If you talk to a vending machine, it despawns fights. So yeah, whenever we're getting chased by a fight or there's a fight spawn that I need to get rid of, I can just talk to a vending machine and they'll just disappear from the area. Which makes going there incredibly easy. Sometimes they are walking in a direction where they just catch you instantly, which is kind of annoying. So he goes to the Tojo clan to see what's been happening and to ask about stuff related to his daughter. Then he basically finds out that the Tojo clan is not the same as how he remembers it. So for now, we're going to go to Serena because we need to talk to the mama who works there. There we go. So now we're waiting on a phone call from Akiyama, who's at the hospital right now. But before that, some guys show up and want to start a fight with us. So, yeah, we're going to fight these guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over here, pick up this sign, and just swing at them. And get rid of all of them in one hit. Right, so I need to go back up here. So this introduces like a kind of mini crime quest system in this game, where by going and helping specific people do specific tasks around the city whenever you get a phone call, text message or something, I can't remember what the thing's called off the top of my head. You can get some little rewards and stuff for doing it. Alright, so Akiyama here just tells us he's at the hospital and he wants us to meet him there. So before we go to the hospital, I'm going to grab my classic drink, my CC lemon, and drink it on the way down to the taxi. I'm going to down that drink. Right. Now we're going to go to the hospital. Right, so the issue right now is that Haruka had a son in the time that Kiryu's been in prison. When she got moved to hospital, Kiryu wants to be the guardian of that son and look for the father while Haruka is unable to. So, okay, please. But you know, he's running into a bit of trouble to do it, and Akiyama is basically like, no, you can't do that right now. You're going to ruin everything, and basically some drama. Alright. Let's get some more cutscenes, and this is the end of chapter 2. When the save screen comes up. That's how you know it's the end of a chapter, when it asks you to save. Right. So now we're in Onomichi to look for Haruka's son's father. Quick menu there to just upgrade my attack a few times and then do some, then grab combo speed and a damage boost to our heat moves. But yeah, so basically during the time that Kiryu was in prison, Haruka moved to Onomichi because it was closer to where the prison where Kiryu was. So yeah, that's why she's there. So yeah, this is Nagumo. Nagumo at this point really doesn't like Kiryu, so he just wants to fight. So we're going to go over here. Okay, I'm going to grab the bike. Swing the bike at him. Swing the bike. Go around here. Grab this bike, and I'm going to do the same thing to him. Nice, that was on time. Alright. I still got the bike, so we're going to do it a couple more times. He usually blocks one, but we're going to go over here. He'll come at us. And we're just going to... Oh. He really destroyed me there because he decided to not get hit by the motorbike there. So in that case, I just do a couple of combos in extreme hit. So what I use there is basically Super Saiyan mode. When you have heat bars in this game, you can do what's called an extreme heat, and what that allows you to do is basically get off a bunch of damage, bunch of heat moves, and all this other stuff. So I'm going to go quickly grab an item here real quick. Called the Bloody Fundoshi, which is in a safe. The key for that safe is up there. So we're just going to go over here and grab the safe. Then do a quick menu to buy some more abilities and put the safe and put the item on. There are 2 equipable items we grab in this game to buff our attack massively. It does come with a cost. We have to tank our defense to do so. Dash attack, sprint, sprint, sprint. We have to tank our defense to do so. So, I'll remedy that later, but for now I'm going to buy a beer and drink it. There we go. I've now downed a beer. On my way back to the bar. So what the beer does is, instead of giving me an attack buff that lasts for a period of time, it gives me 24 hits of buffed attack instead. Because we're basically going to a long section where I would have to go buy another drink. Because the drink would run out. Getting the Shoryu beer works out better because we only need it for a small number of hits comparatively to a time period. Right, so this guy's taking me to where we're going to be living while we're in Onomichi. But to make him go a tiny bit faster, I'm going to walk behind him and push him until we get to a specific point. Then I'm going to walk past him because the cutscene starts at the right time with Kiryu. If he's close enough and Kiryu's right in front of the building. If you go too far ahead, he does actually stop walking. So you can't just walk straight to where the building is, even though I know exactly where we're going. Luckily, walking behind this guy is a little bit easier than pushing Date and Majima in Yakuza 3, so... Alright, when we get to this line, I can walk around him and just go on ahead. And it should start the cutscene when we get there. Skip the cutscene, please. Alright. So, the baby requires feeding, so we're going to go find some milk. And yes, the phrase "get some milk" did just appear on screen. So we're going to run with the baby and we're going to go get some milk. So we need to go find out where we can get milk in this town, especially late at night. So we're going to go talk to this man's. He tells us where we could potentially find some milk at the pharmacy. So even though the pharmacy's shut, we're going to go knock on the pharmacy's door, see if they have any milk, or see if anyone's there. Save. Alright. Right, so the reason why I saved there is because in this section, every 50 seconds a mini-game occurs where you have to basically be nice to Haruto and play with him. But, you know, we can skip the minigame completely by saving and quitting out, and it resets the timer. So usually you would get the minigame twice. You would get it right after leaving the pharmacy, then right after leaving the part where I'm going now. Alright, so we're heading over to Kiyomi's bar because apparently she has a way that she might be able to get some milk for Haruto here. My nice, slow dad jog. Right, so the minigame that plays is kind of a weird one. Basically, Haruto gives you tells, and you need to like move the controller in specific ways to complete the tells. Oh, nice, there's a car alarm going on outside now. That's a hell yeah. Right. And quit. On the PC version, I believe this auto-saves every time you, leave one of the things, so it makes it much easier to deal with. Right. So now we're going to go to the barber shop because that's where Eno lives, and he has some milk that we can grab. The game didn't let me move for a second there. Alright, so we're going to run up here, run round. Then we get to the barber shop. But while we're in the barber shop, this drunk decides to come and attack us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go grab a potted plant and we're going to smack this guy around the head with it. So we're going to grab this, and this guy's going to kick me, but don't worry, we're going to smack him with the plant. After that, we get to go back home. Because we have now got some milk to give to the baby. Alright. Walk back around here. Luckily, this is like the slowest section in this game, this part here. There's one other bit where it's kind of slow. Don't you dare. Good, he didn't drive in front of me. Alright, cool. Kiyomi comes to help Kiryu because Kiryu is not very good with the children. Alright, then we've got to go gather some info. So we've got to go back to Kiyomi's bar. Because we're gonna... The plan was to drop Haruto off there so Kiryu can go looking around for information while the bar's closed during the day. But then, yeah, we're going to get roped into playing some baseball. Luckily, there's no minigame for us to play. We just go to the field. But instead of a minigame for us to play, there is a boss fight for us to deal with. So we're going to run around here. Run up here. And then Kiryu is now like, guess I'm playing baseball. Right. Nice, I smacked that potted plant. So something with the Dragon Engine is the physics are kind of wacky, so... Stuff will probably just occur that looks really weird. Don't worry, it's just Dragon Engine, functions normally. So another reason why grabbing the Shoryu beer is useful is because when you're carrying Haruto, you can't buy or drink stuff from vending machines. So yeah, that's another reason why we grabbed the Shoryu beer, because we need an attack buff for this boss fight here with the Jingai Thunders. Drop kick those two. That's the dash attack I brought. Dash attack in this game is mighty broken, so I will be abusing it a lot. Then I'm going to run over here. Grab the bin. Swing. Okay, swing and a miss. Swing that. Run over here. Swing the bin at Nagumo. Oh, okay. Guess I'm going to extreme hit him because he's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I guess he decided to not play fair there. Alright. Now let's go back to Kiyomi's bar. Because apparently she has some more information for us. She phoned us and asked for us to go there. So we're going to run up there, deal with some cutscenes. So Matt, if you've got anything that you want to say, please feel free to go ahead.
We have indeed had a donation over the course of this run so far. It was from Pessilist, £10. Nice to know Rebel Dragon 95 has a brother. That is in reference, of course, to the mistake I made.
Hell yeah, yeah. Pess is someone that I know from KH speed running, but we also speed run a lot of other of the same games too. Right. So, during this time, between all the cutscenes, the tutorial fight with Nagumo occurred, and now he's been taken and probably going to get beaten up and killed by some guy called Mazuzoe. So Kiryu was like, how about that doesn't happen? We're going to go stop it from occurring. But before that, I'm going to grab my next equipable item. So I mentioned earlier about tanking my defense to do a lot of damage throughout the run. I remedy it later because it's slightly easier to do the end of the run with increasing your defense a little bit. So I'm going to do that. But for now, I don't need any defense or any HP upgrades. Do that, do that, do that. And there we go, there's the Bloody Binding. And the Bloody Binding basically gives me a massive attack buff while tanking my defense. Because hell yes. So currently I've decreased my normal 100 defense by above 50, which is pretty funny. So you do kind of get beaten up in this run if you're not careful. It says easy, but the game does kind of destroy you if things don't go your way. Right. So, Dragon Engine has a funny quirk here. Sometimes you can't climb these stairs, and it's pretty funny. It just doesn't let you climb them. It's just like, no. Okay. Right, now I need to drop kick this guy. Or do that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just go ham on him. And that takes care of him. There you go. And that takes care of all his friends. That's the end of chapter 3. From this point on, Nagumo respects Kiryu more and starts calling him Aniki. Which in Yakuza terms basically means like brother. Or person you have a high respect for. Right, skip some more cutscenes. Right. So these guys actually are part of the Hirose family, and they run a bar on and they basically frequent a bar, and we're gonna go there and see what's happening because apparently some stuff's going down. So I'm actually gonna deliberately sandbag finishing my drink here, and I'm gonna finish it as I get to the bottom of these stairs because I need the attack buff to last as long as possible. So it's better to do that. Alright, so now there's a bunch of drunk guys who we got to fight. I'm going to go pick up a stool and I'm going to swing it at them. Oh mate, just hit them. There we go. That was a pretty poop fight. Because you can finish that in 3 swings, but it's not very consistent to finish it in 3 swings. Right, so now I've got to go pick up Haruto. Let's go. Run back to Kiyomi's bar. Alright. There he is. Now we can go back to Naval Apartments. Now we've got to carry the baby again. We're nearly at the end of the parts where we have to carry the baby. So there's this, and there's a bit tomorrow where we have to carry the baby. I'm pretty sure that's all of them. But for now, we just got to run back to the Naval Apartments where we're staying. Right, in we go. Right. Back to the Hirose office. So if I get really lucky here, there's sometimes a taxi just driving towards you from one of the sides. It was not. Which saves you the time of walking up to that taxi that I'm going to in the distance. It's like a good like 20 seconds of time save if you do get it. We like to refer to those as god taxis because they just spawn randomly. Do that, and I'm going to taxi to Hana no Kubo. Run up here. So at this point, the guys in the Hirose office still don't fully trust Kiryu. Or they didn't until last night, but there's still some distrust there. because these guys all knew Haruka when she was in Onomichi here in Hiroshima. So they're suspicious of Kiryu because they don't actually know that he's Haruka's adopted father. Right. So you're meant to follow Kiyomi here, but you don't have to. You can literally run past her. As long as you take the same path that she's taking, there are no fight spawns or anything. Something funny though, if you do get into a fight spawn when you're holding the baby, Kiryu just gives the baby to some random bystander, punches everyone in the... Like, you punch everyone in the fight, and then you just grab the baby back and start walking again. Right. So, let me keep going. Right. There's a cutscene that occurs up here in a fight spawn. So the reason why I drank the CC lemon as I was going up the stairs before the drunk civilian fight is so I have the buff for this fight here. Okay, stop it. I don't want that. I want the bike. I wanted the bike, not that. Get away from me. Right. That's kind of a slow fight, but whatever, because I grabbed the wrong item. Right, so now we're going to go back up to the shrine, which is where we're heading all along. That guy's getting caught on the sign, which is pretty lame. Pedestrians in the Dragon Engine are also just as jank. Right, just going to keep walking. Climb slowly up the stairs now. Right then. After this, there's a couple of cutscenes, and then I need to go back to the bar that I was at, Moreno. Right, so while we're running down here, there's actually a sub-story that we run into. We run into a couple of them in this run deliberately, because they don't actually start unless you talk to them after the cutscene, and you can skip the cutscenes anyway. Nice god taxi there. And because you can skip the cutscenes for the start of them anyway, it doesn't exactly matter. But we have to go down a couple of paths that have a sub-story on them anyway. So we basically tank the cutscene to have a clearer route to where we're going in a couple of instances. That one there, we go up and down those stairs a couple of times, so we have to grab the sub-story anyway. Go back here and say hi to this dude. And then these guys get pissed at us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a stool. Just swing at them. Cool. This guy's going to jump over the side and try and hit me. But you know what? Kiryu does dodge that. I'm going to wait for them to stand up, and then I'm just going to swing. Like that. Right. Now, we run straight from that boss fight into another boss fight. So there's a fight spawn here. I'll trigger it, but another cool trait of the Dragon Engine is that cutscene triggers will actually delete fight spawns, so you can basically, if you know there's a trigger there, you can just run straight into the fight and you'll be fine. I'm just gonna hit that guy, do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Did he have to? Grab the bike, start swinging it. So something that I'm trying to do is I basically need to make sure that, yep, that happens. Oh my god, just go away, please. So basically, that guy there, he's one of the only fights in a Yakuza game where you can skip the mid-fight cutscene and everything's fine. That guy there, if you basically if you kill all the random dudes before getting to the boss, he basically respawns everyone. So you want to take him out before. And here I'm going to taxi to the Naval Apartments because it's slightly faster than running there. You have to take the cutscene instantly. I can't even talk now. And that is the end of chapter 4. So going into chapter 5. Chapter 5's kind of just a tutorial for a side mode and then a set piece. So we kind of get into this game's kind of set piece spam mode now, which is what most of the run is. Go down here, I'm gonna grab me a Shoryu beer from this one here. Drink that Shoryu beer. Again, I need to drink the Shoryu beer because I'm going to be doing a lot of cutscene based stuff, and one thing which I haven't mentioned yet is whenever you're in cutscenes, one of the bars on your drinks actually goes down even when you're in cutscenes. So I know when I played this game, I thought drinks were useless because of that. So I thought drinks were pretty poop. And then when I realised that if you skip the cutscenes, your buff stays, which is what you do in the speedrun, obviously, I was like, oh, okay. Alright, let's go. Right, so this is Clan Battle, or Clan Creator. Basically, it's kind of a top-down strategy game, but you just throw people at other people. So you have to do this tutorial one. There is a strat for it, but it's pretty inconsistent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck down both the 20-pointer guys, wait until they get enough points, and then I'm going to chuck down the 50-pointer and then a bunch of small fry ones. Want him to go there. Want him to go there. And then I need the 51 to appear. Because I want him to come up here. Spam some of these guys. Make him up here. He's not going to hit the guy I wanted to hit, but... Oh, he did! He hit him. Nice. And that should be the last guy. That was an incredibly good clan battle tutorial. Incredibly good. So normally you finish that in like 4:19, but that was a 4:26, which is hella good. Skip through all this. So I mentioned about money not really being an issue because we have to do that one clan battle tutorial. We get basically enough money for the rest of the run now. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to run over here, grab this sign, and just do some swinging. And that's the end of that fight. Right. So I have to go down another path that has a sub-story in it, but we need to basically eat the sub-story anyway because we have to go down that thing a couple of times. Skip some cutscenes. Right. Go up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What did I need? I need charge attack. Quick cover. And I need to make vending machines level 2. Vending machines. It's down here. Cool. So what leveling up the vending machines does is it makes it so the buffs last longer on the time ones and it gives you more numbers on the hit-based ones. Nah, I'm alright. This girl here claims she time travelled and you just go, I don't really care. In the speedrun, and you just run past her. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run down here, I'm going to talk to the vending machine, I'm going to grab me a CC Lemon because I need my attack buff. And then I'm going to drink it while I'm going down here. Do that. Got a bunch more cutscenes got skipped. So we go straight from that into a set piece now. So we find out here that Kiyomi used to be married to a guy we met at the Tojo clan called Sumaya, who's now one of the Yakuza family heads. And in Japanese culture, it seems to be that women of divorce are less favourable, which is something that I didn't know until I played this game. So, but they still want to go save her because they think that she's in danger because she got taken by Sumaya into this hotel. So we're going to go rescue Kiyomi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up here, I'm going to grab this man, swing that boy around, grab that man. So, because of that, I'm going to go over here. Grab that. Swing that. Nice-oo. Right. That was a pretty good starting fight there. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break into a bunch of hotel rooms and we're going to go see where Kiyomi is. There's nothing in that one. Move out of the way, Nagamo. It's actually faster to, you know, punch the doors open than open them, so that's what I'm going to do. Classic Yakuza fashion of speedrunning here. I'm going to punch stuff to get it to open faster. So one thing that you can try and do is you can try and get Nagamo to finish off enemies here. I don't exactly like doing that a lot of the time because he can kind of be annoying and not do it, but, you know, punching someone a couple times extra there is pretty fun. Right, now we just go upstairs. Don't get caught on the railing, please. Right, there's a bunch more rooms we've got going to now. And now there are there are large lads in some of these rooms now that we can go into. So we're going to have to be careful of them. Punch that. So in the large lad rooms, I'm going to go behind them, pick up a chair or whatever item I can find, and then just swing until I get rid of them. It's kind of slow because... Oh god, I went the wrong way. It's kind of slow because Nagamo decided to, you know, not function correctly. Cool. Punch this door open. Two more large lads in here. Gonna grab the chair. Just kind of swing. Mate, just... What are you doing? This is a really slow set piece right now because of all that jank. And now that's it for this floor. Alright, so there's a cutscene here where the guys start getting beaten up by someone. Right, so now we need to go up to the bathhouse where we believe Samir is. So we're going to go up to the bathing room and see if he's up there. Right. So, but something else that we're going to take into the room with us, just to be doubly sure that we're safe when we go in there, right? Is there some benches that I can pick up? So I'm going to pick up this bench. I'm going to walk into the cutscene. So it looks like the bench disappeared, but the bench should still be in my hand when this cutscene ends. Sadly, this is one of the only unskippable cutscenes in the middle of a set piece in this game. I don't know why it's like that, but it is. Damn, not Samaya, dude. Alright. So a bunch of guys want to attack us, and we got ourselves a lovely, lovely bench here, I should do. Do I have it? Yes, I do! And I need to go over here and hit this guy with the bench. Okay. Cool. 641, that's pretty good. Right, so now we gotta go catch us some Samaya. Right, our attack buff's gonna run out of here, which is normal. The attack buff normally runs out here for me. But you can basically do the rest of this without an attack buff, so you're all good there. So I'm going to run up here, pass all these guys, grab this, take out those guys, take a swing at all those guys, take a swing at those guys. Swing. That was weirdly good. I don't know how any of that worked out, but that was weirdly good. Some more guys there, so the boys tell us to go catch Samaya while we do that. I'm going to grab this healing item here. Go into the cutscene. Nice, that was a decent set piece there. Right, so this is the first fight we have with Samaya. We don't have too much to deal with him right now, especially now we don't have an attack buff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab two-handed items and just swing them at him. I'm going to grab this, swing, swing. I wanted to do the heat move, but you know, I guess I'm not doing that. Right, after that cutscene there. Cool. That was the Samaya fight. You just swing chairs at him. Alright, cool. That is the end of chapter 5. For some reason you can skip that cutscene while the game's still loading in, but I don't know why, but that's one of the only ones you can do it with. There you go, that's in chapter 5. We're in chapter 6 now. So chapter 6 is when we get to go back to Kamurocho. We haven't been in Kamurocho for a while. So we're going to go back to Kamurocho. Is it going to give me a weirdo? It didn't. If you run into that door at like a specific angle, you can get some really weird animations out of Kiryu. But I didn't get one there, sadly. Alright, so now I'm going to go back to West Shishido Street. Go into my apartment. Get in there, Kiryu. Alright, now we're going to go back to Kamurocho. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do in Kamurocho is I'm going to do a menu. So I need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I really like that menu. It's probably one of my favourite menus in the whole run that I do. Just boosting my attack a bit, grabbing another vending machine upgrade, and grabbing more heat actions. Is that a fight spawn at the end of the road there? That is. So what I'm going to do, because there's a fight spawn there, I'm going to quickly talk to the vending. I did not mean to buy that CC lemon. I wonder if it will stay in my hand the entire time. Actually, is that a CC lemon? No, it wasn't. It was a green Takara. Good. Luckily I drank it, because you can't buy another drink or you got one. I did not mean to buy the green Takara there. Luckily that doesn't matter too much, because you have more than enough money to deal with this run. But, you know, oh, I have infinite sprint, even though level 3 sprint works perfectly fine here. It's pretty funny. Alright, gonna go around here, go into the shop. Now we go to Stardust. So, as I mentioned in Yakuza 3, Stardust was being run by Yuya and Kazuki, but, you know, stuff went down in Yakuza 5 and afterwards, and now it's not run by them at all. It's now run by the Jingweon Mafia, which is a Korean mafia group. And that guy there, who looks a bit like Virgil from Devil May Cry, is Jun Ji-han, and he is a guy that hangs out in this game a lot, and he's in Yakuza 7 as well. There's a fight spawn chasing us, but what I'm going to do, because the fight spawn's chasing us, I'm going to talk to that and despawn it. Because I need a CC lemon anyway, so, you know, that's always lucky. I did not mean to down it all right there and then, but, you know, that's fine. I have enough of time to do this. Right, cool. So there's a fight. So, I haven't used it much yet, but this is the circle throw. By grabbing an enemy and pressing circle again, you can throw them. It does an awful amount of damage to a lot of enemies in a wide area, and you can just yeet people around. But it does have some... Oh my god. But it does have some inconsistencies. Because this is going terribly, I'm going to go pick up a bike. Kick that guy. Nice. That was a decently good fight. I made the right decision to throw the bike there, because that would have been slower if I hadn't thrown the bike. Alright, so now I'm going to run up here, go to Stardust, and we need to go say hi to Jun Ji-han. By that I mean we're going to go punch him in the face. Because that's the only way we get anywhere in these games. Alright, so some cutscenes here of him showing us the underground part of Stardust now. Which is kind of like a... it's basically a wrestling ring where cage fights and other money matches occur. Going to extreme heat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mash square. And this takes him down to 1 HP. There you go. That puts him into his second phase. And then I'm just going to punch. Just spam punch. And there we go. That is the fight with Jun Ji-han. And that is the end of Chapter 6. Chapter 6 is a short one. Yes, skip the cutscene, please. I did click X. Right. And again, there's another sub-story that we have to run into and technically start, but, yeah, we're not going to do it. Because we have to come up and down Tenkaichi Street at night a number of times, we have to grab this one. This one's always there in chapter... at the end of Chapter 6, so we have to grab it now. We basically have to grab it. There's no way around it. But luckily we have to do it. We can just yeet it. I'm going to go to Pink Street. Alright, so the whole reason why we're in Kamurocho is because Kiryu's still looking for the potential father of Haruto, and he hears about this one dude that Haruka knew while in Hiroshima. And he's apparently here. Although, when they all show up to see if they can find him, they just find his dead body, because he got murdered. Alright, so that ends Chapter 6 on a lovely, lovely note there. So Chapter 7 here. Chapter 7 is basically just another set piece with a boss at the end, which is pretty nice. Alright, so we need to go back to Serena. For some reason, I always get a fight spawn here. by this taxi that I'm going to. Which way it's walking is completely random. It's coming towards me, so I'm just going to have to eat it. That's a fine fight spawn there. Not much I can do about that, it was walking towards me. I could have potentially gone past and hit the vending machines, but they probably would have caught me. Because you have got enough time before... as a fight spawn starts to go grab something like a vending machine or something. There's a few frames where you can do it. Right, so this here is, it just tells you that there are some clan creator missions in Kamurocho that you can now do. Alright, so now we've got to go back to Serena. It just, all that does is interrupt our trip to Serena, which is just, you know, actually offensive. Like, I can't believe they would do that to us. Alright, go in here. Now we need to go to the sewer, because that's where Akiyama last was. If you remember back in Chapter 1, that's what we had to do last time to go see Akiyama, to go to the sewer. That's what we're going to go do. We're going to go say hi to Akiyama. So something coming out of this particular taxi here is you basically have to be holding sprint, because sprint and interact are the same button, X. Otherwise you interact with the taxi and have to waste a bunch of time just exiting out of the taxi menu. Alright, cool. But what do we find when we get here? Find a bunch of Sao Triad guys. Which is another faction. That's what Ed was from, if you remember Ed from the beginning. Grab that and just swing that. Oh, you normally finish that in one swing, but the guy wasn't close enough. Big rip. But yeah, you just grab the plate and go ham. So now Akiyama moved from here because he knew he was being threatened. That's the whole reason why Akiyama was in the sewers. In some of the other Yakuza games, he's running a finance business. But in this game, he's having to hide from Sao Triad because they're trying to kill him. That's why he's in the sewer. Right then. And then by the lovely white car is when Akiyama decides to phone us. And this is basically him telling us that he's in the hotel, we need to go visit the hotel. Right, let's go. So the hotel's around here. But before we go in, we feel like we're being watched, and we don't want to take anybody to where Akiyama's located, so we're going to walk into a secluded area and see if we can flush out the guys that are trying to spy on us. So we can't sprint here, we just have to slowly walk down to the end of this road here. Slowly walk. And then there's a bunch of Sao Triad guys, because obviously they're trying to kill Akiyama. Well, it says Mysterious Assassins, but I'm pretty sure they're affiliated with Sao Triad. Nice fight. I pushed that guy forward, luckily he didn't tap me and knock the weapon out of my hand. That can happen in the Dragon Engine. Right, so here, yeah, basically the game forces us down there because it wants us to enter into another sub-story. Because this game loves doing that to us. Luckily we can just skip most of the cutscene of this, so we don't have to worry about it too much. I don't want to become a member, because if you become a member, you have to do a whole tutorial for the minigames. Basically, there's a bunch of weight training and other exercise minigames here that you can do. That give you experience in whatever, in all your various statistic stuff that you can use to buy your upgrades. Oh, no, fight spawn. I need to get to where I'm going fast. So something different to the other Yakuza games, you can actually get into fight spawns in the middle of buildings. In this game, like you can have fight spawns inside convenience stores and stuff, which you can't do in the other ones that aren't in the Dragon Engine. So the whole reason why I had to get to where I was going fast is because you can still get a fight spawn when you're in the lobby of the hotel. Right. Running past all this. I'm gonna go to Tenkaichi Street. Alright, cool, now we go back to Serena. Alright, now we've got to go Little Asia. So Akiyama has told us that we're going to infiltrate the Sao Triad building because they might have information about what happened to the guy that was supposedly Haruto's father. So I'm going to go down here, going to grab me a wonderful Shiryu beer. Neck that while we're walking towards the taxi. Spin around just while I have enough time. Go to Pink Street. Run up here. Alright. So since I've increased my vending machine level, like, Shiryu Beer's gone from 24 hits to 27 hits now. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna see if... he didn't push me that far. I was hoping he'd push me. Big rip. I'm pretty sure you can get that to work where he pushes you. If you can get there fast enough without making him run. Alright, so now we have a nice section here where we just have to wait for Akiyama to do his stuff. So Kiryu being the master of hiding here, he's always been good at it. By that I mean he's never been good at it. Not only does he not crouch down, he just talks with his regular voice throughout this, which is pretty funny. And also he wears like the most distinguishable suit out of like out of like every member of the Tojo clan. So if you don't know that this is what the Dragon of Dojima, aka Kiryu Kazuma, wears, then you know you kind of are stupid. So just putting a mask over his face doesn't exactly do a lot to hide it's Kiryu. Right, so this guy's chopping meat. We're meant to, like, you know, wait for Akiyama to scout the area. And he has, like, an invisible wall that follows him. But you can just kind of, like, follow him. And then he's like, hang on a second here. And then he's like, come on. But regardless of what happens, we've got to fight this man. I was hoping... So if you hit him at the right angle, you can actually break down all these boxes in front of the door. And you can get a clearer path to the door. It saves a tiny weeny bit of time. I tried to do it there, but it didn't exactly work. Going here, this is a meat freezer. Meat refrigerator. Go over here and grab that. Spin. Spin. Kick that boy. So if you get lucky with the charge attack, it actually takes out both of those guys. I've not had it take out both those guys in a while. It's kind of annoying. Also have to use an extra hit there. You usually have 20 hits going into this next bit, but 19 is perfectly fine. So yeah, he left Kiryu all on his own to go infiltrate the building. So the whole point of this is we're trying to get to the roof because there's a ladder that we have a ladder that we need to throw down to the other guys that are on the ground. And that gets them up inconspicuously. So we're going to run through this room and our boy, look who's back, Mr. Chef. I picked up the wrong thing, but whatever, just going to have to deal with it. There we go. I normally pick up the folder rather than the container thing, the paper container. The folder is you do all 4 hits of the heavy and then you do 3 hits and then he dies. But with that you have to do 3 slow heavies and then punch him. The spin heavy is much faster than the overhead heavy. Alright. Now we get to go inside the building. Run around here. They sent us a nice welcome party. That's exactly what I wanted to grab, game. Oh, apparently has a heat move. I was unaware of that. And now I'm going to go around here. And drop kick those 2 guys in the face. Let me go around here. Alright, so now we get to see our boy Ed again. The Silo Triad Officer. He doesn't even have a surname. Grab a chair and just start swinging him at this boy. Last cutscene here. There's no QTE, so he doesn't take any damage from this bit, which is kind of annoying. Because Kiryu does fucking lift him up and throw him. Oh. We'll wait for the chair to spawn back. Okay. Do that, then he's going to try and dash at me, but I'm going to have to go. Oh, no. Don't do that to me, buddy boy. Okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Tiny bit sketched there, because he grabbed me, but that's fine. I love my notes for this fight. It just says grab chairs and go ham. Because it's the only option you have against this man, because you don't have any attack buff. Also, you can't skip this cutscene either, of them going, we'll help you out. It's an unskippable one. Grab the chair, do some spinning, do some spinning, do some spinning. Do that to that guy. Grab that man, do some... That's a pretty good end to that fight. Just kind of went ham. Nice. Alright, time for the... Alright, yeah, that's the end of chapter 7. So the guy we met at the end there was called Big Low. He's the guy who leads the Sile Triad. He's also Yuta's dad, from what I remember correctly. Alright, we're in chapter 8 now. First thing I'm going to see is I'm going to see if I can afford... I cannot. If you can afford the next level up of vending machines, you can grab it there. You don't always have enough stuff for it, which is kind of annoying. Alright, more noise from outside. Lovely. Right, I'm going to grab me a CC Lemon and down it on the way to the car. Taxi that we need to take. What are these guys? I want to drink it as late as possible because I want as much buff as possible. I nearly went to the wrong taxi, but if you go to Pink Street, it's not too far to where. That's what happens when you're not holding X when you leave the taxi. We need to go up here. So this is Shangri-La, or I like to call the Abandoned Hotel. If you played Yakuza 1, this is a place that has big significance in Yakuza 1. By that I mean Majima drives a bulldozer through it. Then it's used in Yakuza 2 as well, but it's already destroyed like this in Yakuza 2. Dude, that guy had a knife. As I said, knives are unblockable, so are guns as well. It's a very common Yakuza thing, where when it comes to enemies, the tier list you go for is you deal with enemies. Well, it depends on the fight, but most of the time in most of them it's you deal with guns and knives, and then guns, knives, and then everyone else. But in Yakuza 0, there's a boss that pulls out both a sword and a gun, and that just completely mixes up the tier list of what enemies are good or not. Right, so now we have to go over these beams, and our man down there is Hangman, and he's going to throw rocks at us. You normally have to deal with this 2 times here, then 4 times on the next beam you walk across. Kick the man, please. Right, so we now have to deal with this a few times. If you get lucky, you've only got to do this 3 times. Oh, lucky me. I didn't get smacked. That saves a tiny bit of time. Also, helps you maintain your attack buff a little bit longer as well. So this man here leaves us a lovely barrel to the right over there. We're going to go grab the barrel. We're going to use that to smack him up. If I could, grab the barrel, that would help. Samaya, what the hell are you doing to this boy? Samaya really fucked up that dude there. Somehow I wasted a... Oh, the hit Samaya, didn't it? Oh, that's really annoying. So that time I saved from, not having the extra QT input for stopping myself from staggering, that went away because Samaya ate one of the hits from my barrel. What a lad. Go around here. Just kick him, please. God damn it, Kiryu. Alright, more hammer. By the way, I'm not... you actually have to grab the hammers to break those. You can't break them by punching them. That's why I'm grabbing the hammers. You can also break it with the steel drums, which is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to grab one of these. Spin to win. Spin to win. And then the last hit is used to break that. If you have to use all 3 hits, you just pick up a hammer and then swing. It's not too bad. So you actually have to grab one of the hammers from here because we need it in a second to break down this. Well, I don't know what you tripped on there, Kiryu. So I'm going to go. Punch that man. Just do it. Thank you. Alright. Look at Hangman. He's still knocked out down there. Poor boy. Alright. Now this room here. I'm going to grab that man. Swing him around. Throw him. Go over here. Grab a steel drum. Start swinging. Just hit him, please. Thank you. Okay, that's not what I wanted to grab. I wanted to grab that. Rip my attack buff, boys. Whatever. Right. So, normally the attack buff runs out a little bit later than this, but because I kind of got a bit destroyed by stuff, it's going to run out a little bit earlier than that. And normally it doesn't run out until the cutscene that I'm coming up on. Which is this cutscene here with Hangman. Because somehow he's up here now, hanging off the ceiling. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk forward here, go into extreme heat, and just start going ham. And then smack that boy with a hammer, because another trait of extreme heat. If you've seen Beast Mode in Yakuza 0, it functions very similar. When you're near weapons, Kiryu will just auto pick up the weapons and start swinging them. So you can use that to your advantage there. Nice. So now we get another fight with Sumaya here. After a couple of cutscenes. Alright. Grab the table, swing this table at him. Use the heat move. Puts him in the second phase. Just to be sure, I'm going to kick him. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay. Okay, that would have been a good fight if he got hit by both of them. Both the heat moves there. Right, that's the end of chapter 8. Right, so we're going to taxi back to Serena again. Because that's where all the guys are. They wonder where we are. We just beat up Sumaya. I don't know why I went all the way down there like that. You just go up twice and get there. I'll go back to Serena. There we go. We're going to go back to Hiroshima now. So we're going back to Okinawa now. Okinawa, sorry, Onomichi. Oh, dude, tell us what onigiri is. Alright, so now we need to go to Moreno. Before I go there, I'm going to grab a CC Lemon. Probably assume why. There's going to be a fight. So we're going to go over here, grab this boy, spin him around. So these guys are just going to initial D around the corners for us, give us some drifts. Nice. Oh, lovely. Punch him, guys. Good. I got caught on the car boot, Lamau. Alright, cool. So these guys here, I'm going to grab the bike. These guys are going to come circle around me. Just do some swinging. Nice. There is a different way you can do that, but I prefer doing the bike strat there. Alright, some more guys here. So what we're going to do for these guys is we're just going to grab the bench. Because benches are unique. They have 3 hits, but then they become a broken bench, which means they get 3 more hits after that. So essentially they're a 6-hit, 2-handed weapon, which means they're incredibly strong. So yeah, here's a bench. Oh my god, just hit someone, please. Right. I've got to go to Moreno now. Wonder if there's a fight spawn up here. There can be a fight spawn around this corner, which is kind of annoying. There's not one. If there is, you quickly have to turn around and grab the vending machine. Oh my god, Dragon Engine. Just destroy everything. Alright. So now we've got to look for Hirose, because Hirose's taken Nagamo. So we're going to talk to Nagamo, and he's going to tell us about him maybe leaving his phone at Kiyomi's bar. So the whole reason why we pick Nagamo, there's actually dialogues with all of them. We pick Nagamo because he has the shortest one. And while that's occurring, we're going to go down here. I'm going to make a quick pit stop and recharge my CC Lemon, just so I don't run out. Right, so the door's locked, so he can't be here. So this part we used to think that you had to talk to Yuta to get the tip to go to... the Hirose house, but no, you can talk to Nagamo, then just come here anyway. Right, and there's a quick fight spawn here now. By fight I mean this is a force fight that we have to go through. Yomi Alliance boys coming at us again. I'm going to grab this boy, give him a knee in the stomach and lob him. Grab that, kick him. Oh, punch him a couple times. If I got the right kick there, if I got the turnaround kick, that guy would have been dead in one hit. I've got to go to Snack Hourglass. I'm caught behind the Urchcall thing. Lovely. Right, so down here. So we're told that this is his favourite bar, so that's why we're going here. Then afterwards, we're going to go around here. We're going to go grab a taxi. Because we need to go to the shrine. So we're going to go grab a taxi, go to the shrine. And there we go. We're in the boss fight now. So this is Kanji Kojimitsu. This man's got a knife. This man's pretty scary. But don't worry, we've got a strat for him. So I'm going to kick him. Run over here. Say hi to our boy the bike again. He's going to follow me. So, okay, I'm going to have to extreme heat this man. Swing the bike. Swing the bike. Right, there we go. Oh, bugger. I pressed the wrong button on the QTE, but whatever, I'm just going to have to do this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. That was totally my fault. I pressed the wrong button on the QTE. For some reason I pressed X when it was square, because, you know, real smart boy. So that right there is the end of chapter 9. Alright, going into chapter 10. Right, so this is where we find out who the father of the baby is. If you know anything about how Japanese languaging and names work, you would have figured out that Yuta is in fact the father, the guy we've had with us the whole time. But basically, because he's now broken some bloodline law, because he's had a child, basically, people, the Jingmyeon Mafia were hired to basically kill Haruto, the baby. That was a really slow fight. You can usually finish that in 5 swings, not 6. Took forever to get them to come towards me as well. Alright, so do you remember Junji Han? He's back again. But this time we're going to smack him with some benches. So here he is. We're going to grab this boy. Swing. Good, that into second phase. I can't believe that last hit actually connected. I was just pressing buttons. Alright. Run down these stairs. Go to quick menu. Yep. Right, on the way to the taxi up here. Boost my attack to 180. And it displays, but it displays, enhance counter somewhere, enhance counter. Boost energy is level 4. Taxi to Hana Tobo. To add that into my notes because I forgot to do it yesterday when I was supposed to. Oh god. Oh, the game facing me in the right direction here. I never trust it, but I should trust it every time. Right, I need to go to the docks because that's another set piece we got to do. Down that drink on the way. Alright then. Can't skip this cutscene. Always forget every time. Grab that boy. Spin him around. Go grab that and start spinning. Cone. Some dudes here, which I'm just going to kick. kind of slow. Alright, so next batch of guys. Next batch of guys, I'm just going to swing again like normal. And then there's a guy throwing down explosive barrels, so we're going to... Oh, I actually got the instant drop down. Nice. So what I did there is I dodged at the very edge of the platform. And what that does is it gives me an instant drop down. Which speeds up how fast you fall down. Oh god. This is not going the way I want it to, but oh my god. That's the dude. There's the dude. You're kidding me, right? That was so silly. That was incredibly silly. Got to sit through this little cutscene here while he's on the phone, basically saying that if we don't save Haruto, he's going to die. Then he's promising that he'll get that Haruto back. So the cones destroy those in 3 hits, while your hands destroy them in 4, which is the reason why I'm grabbing the cones. Throwing a couple barrels down there. Hopefully that sets off the explosion. Nice. Have to punch this one. Alright, so you actually have to dodge across this next gap. Kiryu doesn't automatically jump. If you don't dodge, you actually tend to die, I found. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim for the container and go as far in as possible. Then do that. Grab that man. Spin him. And kick. Nice. Alright. So here you have to be really careful, because if you go too YOLO here, you will just die. Because you're basically throwing explosive barrels into the area, and if you get too close, you do just get flung away. So I basically hung back there for a second to make sure I didn't die. Oh my god, just kick the man, thank you. Punch that boy. Punch that boy. Okay. I usually don't get hit by barrels, though. Man's going crazy today. All I need is I just need one hit from my attack buff to destroy this guy. There he is, and now as long as this guy doesn't destroy me, I should be fine. Good. Okay, good. Alright, good. So one thing that you have to do with this is, I've been dropping weapons by pressing down, which is basically the fist button. It doesn't show it in this game, but that's what it is. It puts you back to your normal, unequipped hands. That was a really good set piece. I can't talk. Right, so do you remember how we fought Junji Han a little bit ago? Yeah, we got to fight him again. Doing extreme heat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And I didn't want to use the cone, but whatever. This is going to be a really slow fight because of that. No, this is going to be back to extreme heat, so I can just go into extreme heat now. So that QTE section during the extreme heat is actually always the same speed. So, not the same speed, I mean the same sequence. So I've memorised what the sequence is so I can do it at the earliest possible point. Pretty slow fight because I got the cone. That being said, that's the only downside of Kiryu automatically picking up items, is that you get kind of screwed sometimes by him picking up random stuff. So now we're in chapter 11 now. So now that we got Haruto back from the Korean mafia, we can go take a rest at the naval apartments, and then we need to head back to Kamurocho for a tiny little bit because we need to go see Big Low about something. Run around this. I nearly went to the wrong place. Go in here. Alright, so now I need to go. I'm going to say hi to everyone at base before we leave. The camera did not want to cooperate with me there. No, I was right to keep going. I was checking for a god taxi. Alright, I'm going to go Kamurocho. So Serena, let's go. Right. Yeah, so basically we need to go to Serena because we need to leave Haruto there. Because if Haruto steps foot in Little Asia, he's just going to get killed. So, yeah, that's why we got to go here. Oh, this cutscene. Then Yuta decides to run off by himself. So the tag just becomes Yuta, you idiot, for a while. Because Yuta has a big plan to go burn down Little Asia. And if you play Judgment, which happens after this game, which is a spin-off Yakuza game, but it's still kind of canon within the lore of this universe. I need a buff. It's still canon within the lore. Basically, it's still burned down even in that game. They never restore Little Asia in this universe. Oh, I do travel 20 times by taxi. Right, so down here is the only phone call in Yakuza 6 that you can actually skip. I don't know why it's the only one that you can skip, because in Kwami 2 you can skip all of them. Which is the next Dragon Engine game after this one. Dude, that dropkick is sick. Right, I'm gonna do that. Grab that boy. Spin him around. Okay, that's it for that fight. So we go in here. It's a bunch of guys, and I'm just going to pick up a chair and start going ham. Nice of you. Kick that. More guys up here. So as you see, Yuta set fire to this place, but you know, they're still going to stand their ground. I need this guy to come over here. Oh, really? Right. These guys like to be annoying, and There you go, that worked out. Right, so Ed comes out again. Pick up my chair. Swing that, he goes into second phase. Swing the chair, that's the end of the fight. If I could, just actually punch a thing, that would be useful. Thanks, game. Right, so now we're going to find Yuta. Because Yuta's whole big boy plan is he wants to die in the fire alongside Little Asia, because he's trying to basically wipe his family's bloodline so Haruto is out of trouble. And Kiria's like, why? Just why would you think that's an option? So we're going to pick up a vase and we're just going to smack him. There we go. Nice QTE here. I have to wait for a second for him to do a little power-up animation, then I can hit him with the final hit. There you go. When he roars, you can hit him with the final hit. Nice. Right. Oh god. Cutscenes. That's the end of chapter 11. There it is. That's in chapter 11. Going in chapter 12. We've got 2 more chapters left. Right. Now I have to go talk to Bigelow because he's got something else to say to us. Dude, so many cutscenes. Right. Go up to the roof. So Bigelow here is trying to give Kiryu some advice on how to help Yuta. I honestly don't remember what he says. It's been a while since I've looked at the cutscenes for this game. Oh god. Dragon Engine's weird with how you go downstairs. Sometimes it's pretty funny. Alright, so now we got to go right to Onomichi now. Down here, go down the left. Gotta go right to Hiroshima. So now that we worked out who Haruto's father is, yeah, so now what we're going to go do instead is we're going to go work out what the secret of Onomichi is. Because that's another major plot point in this about why the hell Onomichi is so relevant to the Yomeya, to the Yakuza branch there. And it's all related to this boating company, which is run by the head of the Yakuza alliance here. Because it's not run by the Tojo out here, it's run by a different branch of Yakuza. Good. Sadly, I didn't hit the guy with the gun, but that doesn't matter too much. Alright. So these guys get off this truck, and we're going to grab a sign and start smacking them with a sign. Hopefully this all works out, because this is kind of weird. I'm going to wait for them to get a bit close to me. Start going ham. Okay, good. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. I only lost like 4 seconds there. Alright, we'll go up here and around. Then we get to punch Nagamo again, because Nagamo's mad at us for some reason. I can't remember the reason, but he is mad at us again. I think it's something about us leaving Yuta behind. Because we left Yuta in Kamurocho to go see Haruka. Alright. Right over here. I moved up. I didn't move in the right direction. Right. I was trying to avoid the potted plant there. I didn't exactly get it. This will give me back a bit of QT juice. Oh, then I just grabbed the bike anyway. Smack that boy with a bike. That was a really good fight. Oh, God, that's not what I wanted, game. I wanted to grab the guy, not the potted plant. Oh. Nice, guys. There we go. I like it when the party members actually do something. Right, so now we've got a nice long section here where we're going to run around Onomichi and do some stuff. So on the way out, I'm going to maximize my attack. And boost up my defense a bit. Because I like having some defense in endgame. I'm going to boost it back up to the natural 100. Now, you don't have to do that, and we like to call those suicide strats, but I'm not most comfortable doing that, especially in a marathon setting. I don't exactly do it in my normal runs either, so... Right. So I'm going to buy green Dakara now. Because even though I have upgraded my sprint, I do not have enough sprint to do everything that I need to do right now. I still need the green Dakara juice. So what we're going to do is we're going to go around and collect these poem stones. So these each have parts of a code on it, which the guys are going to use to basically work out what the secret of Onomichi is. So I'm holding text skip this entire time. This game has text skip like in Yakuza 3. We hold R1 and X. It's not as useful because you can skip most of the cutscenes, but that is a thing that happens. You can do it. Right, run down these stairs. Right, there is one fight spawn location that's pretty consistent, especially on whenever I do runs. That appears in the temple area that we need to go to. Which direction it's going is completely random. Hopefully, it's walking the other direction, so I don't have to fight it. Right, so there's one more poem stone down around here to the left that I need to grab before I can go to the right. One of those guys. Damn it! I didn't want to get that animation. Mate, do you have to be walking right in my face? Yeah, it was walking towards me. Pretty unfortunate. But luckily there's a bench here, and I can just smack them all like that. Normally they're walking the other direction. Unluckily they're walking towards me there. It's pretty bad. Lamau, that girl got stuck. Alright, another Pokemon Stone here. There's 2 more I've got to grab. Right. The Pokemon Stone I need is here. Then there's one at the front of Onomichi by the coastline. Which is down and around here. Right, so after this, we've gathered all parts of a code, and basically the code tells us how to find what I call the secret of Onomichi, which is basically we're going to get sent into another long set piece with a bunch of fights in it. Because, you know, that's the Yakuza 6 classic. This is a run of basically entirely set pieces and things like that. Alright, need to go to the office. Mate, move, please, thank you. Right. So something else that I've been doing while I've been running around Onomichi actually is I've been avoiding a trigger for a sub-story on this on this stretch. There's a sub-story which makes you go to a baseball field. If you get the first part of the sub-story, which you can skip the cutscene for, it gives you an extra option in the taxi list to go to the place where you can do the baseball stuff. If you accidentally click that, you lose like a minute waiting through cutscenes and stuff before you can leave. Right, there's always a fight spawn here for me, which means I have to go here and just do that. Because even though this is a trigger point to start a cutscene, for some reason, if you have fight aggro while you're entering this specific cutscene, yeah, the game likes to crash. So yeah, we don't like that. So I'm not going to deal with it. Right. So now that we know where we're going, we got to go grab a boat. So we're going to go get Ino's boat again. But on the way, I'm going to grab me a CC Lemon because I love that CC Lemon attack buff. Alright, move out of the way, truck. Thank you. Alright, so because there's a blue vending machine around this little corner here, so I don't need to worry about going anywhere. There's my boy. I love how CC Lemon's the first one in the list as well. It's so nice. It means you can just mash X. Right, there we go. Drink my CC Lemon. I drink it there so it lasts for longer while I'm in the set piece. You don't actually need it for the boss because I've maximised my attack already, which makes it so the boss is actually consistent, but I want it for as long as possible during the set piece. Alright, you're my Alliance boy, so... Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Do more spin throws. Do more of that. Just punch him, Kiryu, please. Thank you. Trying to get ahead of this boy because I run faster than him. Just going to get in my way, thank you. Alright, so there's a nice little cutscene there. You can't actually skip this cutscene I'm coming up on. I accidentally held R1 a little bit early there. I just have to hold R1 and X through this bit. It's basically unskippable. Go up here. Right, there's another fight coming up on top of this crane. As you can see, there's guys up there. Nice and precarious up here as well. That's how you know it's lovely. Alright, gonna run down here. Grab this boy. Oh, okay, thanks. Thank you for that, mate. Oh, nice. That worked out. Right. So, nice fun fact here. You take damage if you fall too far in this game, but if you take this long fall here, for some reason you take no damage, but if you fall down the ladder, then fall down from the blue thing, you take damage. I can't tell you why that's a thing. That's just a thing. Right, so this group here. This bit does like to drop frames on PS4. Especially this part. Oh god. Gonna use an item. Thank you. Right, this has been kind of slow because I got that fight spawn. The set piece is going pretty alright actually, but the fight spawn basically lost me 30 seconds. Grab that. Nice. Right, next part of the set piece. So we're going to go underground now. There's going to be a bunch of guys with knives. And as I said, knives, unblockable, big, scary. So we're going to try and beat these guys fast, and then we're going to nick one of their knives because we need to perform some kidney surgery on someone at the end of the segment down here. Please grab the hammer. Smack that with the hammer. Right, let's go, boys. Knife boyo's here. I've still got a hit of my hammer left, so I'm going to take the hammer down with me. Grab that knife. Grab that. Cool. I'm fine on my knife front. Take that roll. Let's get the cutscene. Right, there's a QTE and then a guy I've got a stab in the gut here, so... Run over here. QTE. Oh, no! I usually just heat move him, but it ate my heat move input because I was holding L1 accidentally. So yeah, in order to avoid heat moves, I've been doing that the whole run. I forgot to mention it, but you hold L1 and it stops heat moves from coming out. I accidentally did it because I'm so used to doing it. Usually you heat move that boy, don't punch him. So I lost a little bit of time there. Right. Down here, there's a lovely free item here, which is a Toughness Infinity. That fully restores your HP, so... Nice free healing item on the way to where we need to go. Grab this man. Gonna go... 1, 2... Grab this man. Oh my god, just let me punch you, dude. God damn it, dude. You just would not let me hit him. And there should be just enough guys left for me to go. Oh, I wanted to heal so badly. Okay, guess I'll do the Hirose fight without healing. Lovely. Right, this is the Hirose fight. As I said, knives do be scary. This man do have knife. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a charge attack. And what this does is this gives me back some heat. And then I can then go into that. So So, something nice about heat mode. When you're in extreme heat, you can't die. You always live on 1 HP. So... Right, now I need to go... Hit him with that. Good. Phase started correctly. Right, so this is this mid-fight phase. You have to go through this. You have to wait. You have to wait around in the fog for him to do some QTs. After you've done this one, there's a nice Ghost Hirose if you hold backwards. I wasn't there. Oh no, it's after this one. It's the second one. Then there's Ghost Hirose. Where's Ghost Hirose? There he is. Right, so now what I need is I need for him to start his next QTE, because he hasn't gone through all his QTEs yet. There's his last QTE. And then I just match square. He can counter you there, but he doesn't tend to. So that's a perfect Hirose fight. Right, so the cutscenes I just skipped there are 45 minutes of exposition about a boat. Bear in mind, I'm in Chapter 12, finishing Chapter 12, so these cutscenes are 45 minutes about backstory about how this boat that we've just found is incredibly important to the plot. And it really isn't that important. All the backstory it gives is why Hirose was doing what he was doing, which is murdering people for the owner of the boating company. Right, we're going into the finale now. So about 15-20 minutes left of the run. So what the finale is in this game, it's basically just a long string of fights. We have one fight after this, where I go see Sumaya. We have a set piece, and then we have some boss fights. Three in a row. So the finale in this run's actually really... Oh god, I did not mean to do that. I'm so used to taxiing that I just taxied. That does despawn the fight though, so... Oh. I mean, it doesn't matter because this cutscene trigger despawns it as well. I don't know why I clicked the taxi there. I've never done that before. Right, for some reason you can't use the taxi with this voice in the background. Going, you have to wait till the end. So it is faster just run back to the Hirose office now. Kiryu does run out of sprint like right around here, but normally if you don't talk to the taxi, but I did because I'm an idiot. Right, so this is a nice fight where a guy brings out a rocket launcher and decides to blow up the Hirose office. So hell yeah. Boom. Welcome to Yakuza, boys. Alright. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a dash attack. I'm going to pray that the bike survives. Bike survived! Oh, hell yes! That was so fast. I've got the bike here. I can... Okay, I was going to throw the bike at these guys, but, you know. Drop kick that boy. Drop kick these dudes. Kick that guy. Mate, just die. Thank you. Right, so I need to go behind me and deal with these guys behind me. Those guys in front of me, the boys will go deal with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get smacked by that guy. I didn't want... No, my bike! Because of that, I'm going to just go stream heat and just smack this guy around. Because I picked up the potted plant, I couldn't do anything other than throw it like that really, really weirdly. Right, now I need to go to naval apartments. So this is the final. So this is the point of no return for coming back to Onomichi during the finale. So here's where you taxi. That's where I was getting it confused. So it says there you can taxi to Kamurocho, but you actually can't do that to skip ahead. You need to actually come here and go to Kamurocho from here. Alright, go to the police hospital. Top option, let's go. Right. Cutscene, there's 3 cutscenes here, 3 or 4. Can't remember which one. 2. 3, there might be one more. Yeah, there's one more. Alright, so now before I go back to Serena, I need to go grab me a CC Lemon. Because we got us a set piece coming up. So the next 10 minutes of the game are basically just a set piece. But the boys get to look nice and swanky in their black suits. They do look clean. Right, so that's the first point of no return for this run. So we're going to go raid the Millennium Tower because, yeah, the Tojo clan is messing with Haruto and Haruka, so we're going to go punch some people because we want them back. So I'm going to go throw some people. Alright. That was okay. Get in there, please, Kiri. Right, I'm going to hit this big dude. Smack that big dude. Go around here. Hit both of them. Grab that guy. Spin that guy around. And then leave those guys for my dudes to deal with. While I go drop kick this man. Alright, 626. That's very good for this bit. Right, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go drop kick. Kick that guy. Oh my god, Kiryu. Nice, 648. Finishing that fight. Very, very good. Alright, so there's more guys here. We don't need to deal with them. Me, Yuta, and Akiyama go up the lift, and Nagamo and Tagashira, and I can't remember the name of the other dude, just stay down here and fight these guys. Right. So we need to beat the 3 guys before we can move on into the next bit here. There's a guy with a grenade that I want to pick up the grenade from, so I'm going to drop kick this bro. Grab that, throw the grenade, run past them. And there we go, the grenade takes him out. Right, so here we have some rocket dudes. So this is the reason why I buffed my defense. Because there are cases where these guys can stun lock you. I did not mean to punch that guy. Nice. Nice you. Alright, that worked out well. I'm going to go around here. Drop kick that guy. Kick that guy. Oh, nice. Yuta got him. Poor Yuta gets a knife in the stomach here. So Kiryu goes on by himself here. But first things first, I'm going to deal with this guy. The way I deal with this guy is I'm going to grab the table and I'm going to swing it. Grab the table and swing. Oh god. Skip the cutscene. Run up here. Vault over this. Dude, sub 9 getting to this cutscene is real good. Really good. Alright then. Right, so now there's guys around here. I need to take out the guy with the machine gun because I've died to that guy before. Man does not have any chill. Good. Right, that's good. Actually getting all 3 hits off is really good there. Right, so now this guy's going to shoot away some more of the arena. Let me go down here. Dropkick those 2... Oh, I was going to dropkick both of them, but you know. Kiryu was like, no, I'm not going to dropkick either of them. So dude, there he is. Oh god. Just go. Oh god, people are setting off fireworks for some reason. Oh wait, no, it is Easter weekend, isn't it? That's probably the reason why. I really wish I could have, you know. I'm gonna use my bento boxes. It's kind of going a bit poor now. That's kind of poor. Alright then. Alright, there's a guy with a rocket launcher here. He kind of missed me there. Nice. It's hiding behind the pillars here just stops the minigun from bodying you. Don't ask me why, it just does. Right. More guys here. There's a guy with a gun. As I said before, take out dudes with guns. Right, it's actually slightly faster to fail this QT here, so I'm going to fail it. Then 2 more dudes appear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab the a item and I'm going to smack him with the item. Over here is an item. Smack him with that item. I'm going to drop it. Walk towards this, and this starts the next helicopter part. Wait for him to shoot because he rocks back and forth a couple of times. And if you go too early, you do get shot in the face. This cutscene can glitch out, and you can get a double helicopter, which is pretty funny. It didn't happen this time, but it can happen. Right. If you run too fast here, I've had this trigger not spawned, so... Nice. That was a really, really good Millennium Tower. Alright, time for the last time we fight Samaya. So I'm going to start with a charge attack, and then I'm going to go into extreme heat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to go ham. He always blocks his first one, and then I'm going to go ham with the second one. And I get this chain. And I need to hit 2 dash attacks now. There's 1. There's 2. Perfect fight. Perfect fight. Right, I've got to do this QTE, or if I get kind of wasted. There we go. And 1, 2. That's the end of the fight. I meant to run forward and do extreme heat, but I accidentally needed a kick instead. Alright then. So now we've got 2 more boss fights left after this. Right, so I'm going to go to the roof because Nagumo wants to have a conversation. Basically, Nagumo wants to go and take on saving Haruka without the other guys because he doesn't want to put Yuta in danger because he's the father of Haruto. He would rather sacrifice himself in hope of saving the baby than losing the father alongside the mother. Alright, now I'm going to drink my last CC lemon of the run. I'm going to go talk to Nagumo. Alright, we're ready to go. One cutscene. And then we get flung straight into the Kanji Kojimitsu 2 fight. This has a really cool... The next 2 fights have really cool dynamic intros, so... So these guys just, start beating up on all these people. So what I'm going to do to this guy is I'm going to drop kick him and I'm going to try and get him to take out as many guys as possible. Okay, I got him. Okay, good. I will have to use a healing item, which means I'll lose 6 seconds, but that's fine. So the Sandman I picked up in the Onomichi set piece, I use here. So I can get back some heat real quick. Salmon X. I can just go straight into heat mode and just start going ham on him. And that's the end of the Kanji fight. So the whole reason I wanted to knock him into as many people as possible at the start is because if you do that, you get more heat back, which means you don't have to use a healing item. Right, so, next fight's final boss and time's at the end of it. I will call it when the final hit is. It's when I tap him at the last hit. Right then. So, this is Awami. I haven't mentioned him much because he isn't really important until like right at the end, but he's the son of the guy who runs the boating company and he plans to take over the boating company. Alright, here we go. We're going to punch him. Right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dash attack into him. I don't know why I've been getting that dash attack recently, but then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So we do this heat action because he blocks the square one, and then he goes straight into his QTE now. And time is right after this. And now I just mash square. And that's time. Right. So that was Yakuza 6, and by the way, that was a 19-second PB of 2:23:29. Right.
I think we were slightly behind on our...
I was timing it myself.
Yeah, but congratulations on the PB.
Yeah, I was timing it myself. Oh, hell yes. That run was pretty poop. Not gonna lie. I was a minute behind in like most of beginning game. On a run where in the PB I had, I was a minute behind for most of beginning game.
Well, at least you know where you've got time to save.
Exactly. Right. So that was Yakuza 6. Shout outs to Froob and Lily. Froob and Lily, basically, this game was their baby for the longest time. Everything that is done in this run is because those two put it into it. Other than that, I'm pretty much done because I'm hungry and want to go have something to eat.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling very well.
Yeah.
If that is all you've got to say,
That's all I've got to say. You feel free to go.
brilliant. Right, let's let Rebel Dragon go and eat some dinner. That was Yakuza 6: The Song of Life. Guys, next up we've got Demonic Robots with Control. Any percent Legacy Standard. It's the last run of the event. So make sure you're here in about 15 minutes for when we do that. See ya. And we're clear. You should go eat some dinner,
Cool.
dude.
I will catch you guys later because I am hungry.